It's only $31.
Jeez, you put that must-have back.
Every place. Always been a restless girl. But now there's a window change. I've never ever felt this way. Longing for you.
Hello Mouse Diva fans. This is a different type of vlog for me. I've never done a vlog like this before, and that is because it is a vlog where I am not supporting what Disney is doing. And normally if Disney comes out with something and it could be controversial, or maybe even not even controversial, it'll be like this particular instance where nobody is happy about this. Normally I'll think of the positive, I'll find a good reasoning behind it, I'll understand why Disney's doing it. This is just not cool, Disney. So many of you may have heard that starting March 21st, any resort stays that are booked from that point on, and you are driving your own car, you are going to be charged to park your car at a Disney World resort. If your jaw is on the floor right now, don't think twice about it. Mine hit the floor 2 days ago when I found out about it, and I still haven't been able to pick it up off the floor yet. Parking at a Disney resort. $13 a night if you're staying at a value resort, $19 a night if you're staying at a moderate, and $24 a night if you are staying at a deluxe. Everybody pays this, whether you're renting a car, your own, whatever. If you are keeping a car on Disney at a Disney resort overnight, you are going to be charged for that. Other than DVC members. Now so far, even us annual pass holders are having to pay to park our car. And that just like infuriates me. DVC is out, whether they're paying cash for a resort or whether they're paying or if they're using their points, they do not have to pay to park their car, but everyone else does. And this is causing an uproar on social media, just saying, and I was one of them. I just really, like, Disney, what are you thinking? Now, supposedly Disney has a philosophy, well, Universal is doing it, all these other resorts near Disney World, you have to pay to park. So guess what? We're going to jump on the bandwagon, and we know we can get that money, we're going to get it. Very disappointed, Disney. I'm very disappointed. And the reason being is, since when do you want to be like everybody else? You're supposed to be doing your own thing, and you want to do things that bring the Disney community closer, bring them to you closer, and you're not. Like, this is affecting people so much that I have read so many statements saying, okay, we're done. That is the last straw. We will not stay on Disney property. We'll just stay on one of the other places because they're cheaper and we get free shuttle anyway. So basically the only thing they're missing out on is the extra magic hours. And, you know, that might be worth it now, because I'm sitting there thinking, well, there's $100 minimum because of how long we stay. That's $100 less I get to spend at the parks. I mean, they're getting their money anyway. But, yeah, so then here's the other thought on that. People are scared, okay? Well, if you're going to do this, what's next? Magical Express, you're going to charge for the Magical Express. Other places do that. Disneyland Paris does that. I think regular Disneyland in California charges for that. So is Disney World going to do that next? Is charge for the Magical Express? You know, many people are using the frame nickel and dimed. They're nickel and diming us. And I just cannot, like my fist, I'm hitting my fist. I have never been this livid at Disney over something like parking. Like $13 a night if we're staying at value. It's just, it's the principle behind it. And seriously, I've talked to Mr. Mouse Diva about this back and forth, and it will affect us. I know you're saying, okay, that's $100 more that you have to, or you know, I'm just saying $100. I'm kind of rounding it out. I know people that go, you know, they're from Ohio and they stay for 10 days when they drive down because it's a long drive. Like Disney, the reason people are driving down is because, like us, we prefer to visit Disney more often than to spend that money on airfare, because airfare is expensive. So at this point, it's like, well, I'm not going to drive. I'm just going to go to Disney less, because I'm not wasting $100 I could be spending in food or souvenirs or buying Memory Maker for some people that aren't annual pass holders. You know, I'm not doing that. So Tom and I talked about this, and it will affect us. We will fall into one of those that will not be visiting Disney as much. And I know some of you are going, that is ridiculous. You know, it's money you're taking out of your souvenirs. Big deal. It's the principle behind it. You know, when they go up in prices every year or every other year, you know, I can rationalize this. I'm like, okay, it's inflation. Milk's going up, bread's going up, gasoline is going up. Disney's building new things for us to enjoy. Disney's making them better. Disney's trying to make it easier by, you know, the new transportation. So, yeah, I get those. And I know you could sit there and say, Disney could have just bumped the prices up again at each resort, because you know after they remodel or they add on, they're going to bump up the price to that resort anyway. They could have just bumped it up instead of saying the car fee, which probably would have been better on their part because it wouldn't have been such an uproar. Just the fact that they're jumping on the bandwagon, as people say, to nickel and dime, it's just the principle. So we won't be going. Like Tom has said, I'm not renewing my annual pass when his expires in November. I will not be renewing Lakeland's pass in June. We already have several trips. We have a September trip booked. It wasn't supposed to be booked yet. I was going to wait till next month and do a bounce back offer. But I'm like, I got to book this now before March 21st so that I don't have to pay to park. And what they're evidently doing is, I've heard one of two different ways. I've heard that, okay, you've booked a 4-night stay at a value resort, then they're going to automatically charge $13 extra a night. And then I've heard where they're actually, it's going to be an added cost at the end, like it'll be added to your bill, like you'll need to pay it at the end of your stay, so don't know which way they're going on that direction. Now, out of all of the social media I had read one person that said, yay, I'm glad they're doing this. Maybe this will deter people from parking at the Polynesian, saying they have a dinner reservation, or saying they want to shop, or they just want to browse at the resort, and then going and going to Magic Kingdom, so that they don't have to pay the parking fee to park at Magic Kingdom. They're happy about that. Okay, well, we got to nix that, because that's not the case. People can still go on property to shop, look around for dinner reservations, and not have to pay. This is for registered guests that are staying the night, and is charged per night. So unfortunately, that person's philosophy is void. Like, that is not going to help that situation at all. Mr. Mouse Diva was like, fine, okay, well then people are just going to park at Disney Springs and take their luggage on a bus and take it to the resort, and that way their car's not there. Don't think that's going to work, because I've actually seen where people have left their cars overnight. And it's gotten the little tag about you need to have this moved or it's going to be towed, which really doesn't make sense, because if people have left their car there, for the most part, maybe they drank a little too much at Disney Springs and it was smart to leave their car there overnight. But anyway, just saying, people don't go that route. That's not going to work. Going back to like what, you know, getting on the bandwagon, doing what everybody else is doing, like Universal and Gaylord Palms, I think they already charge like $22 a night. I wrote a few more notes that I'm going to put out there that are like exceptions or like amendments. So basically, handicap. If you have a handicap placard, legit handicap parking is free. The campsite guests for Fort Wilderness will have free parking for 1 car. And but the cabins, if you're staying in the cabins at Fort Wilderness, that's going to be $19 a night per car. Some resorts may do like a 3-hour parking pass. Like you'll, number one, have to prove that you have a dining reservation at a resort. They easily look it up. And then you just have 3 hours, and then you would be charged after 3 hours at some of those resorts. Anyway, to keep this vlog not so long and me ranting on, I would really love, I want this to be a discussion vlog. I'd like to hear your thoughts. Is it going to deter you from coming to Disney World as often? Because this is something that you have to factor into your budget now. Or is it like, you know, whatever, it's $19 a night. What's $19 a night? It's not going to affect me. I could care less. Or are you kind of like I am and you almost want to take a stand? I love Disney and I want to go. But I already know that I'm coming in February solo, but I'm flying. And normally I wouldn't like to fly, and one of the reasons is the price. The other is, years ago, like the last time I flew, I think was like 4 years ago, and for the Magical Express, would pick you up 3 hours, which was to me insane, before your flight. Now they've changed it to 4 hours. So you have to leave your resort 4 hours before your flight. To me, that is so much wasted time sitting at an airport. That's one of the other reasons I really don't like to fly, is I feel like I'm missing time. Although I have to rationalize it and think, okay, 4 hours at the airport, well, technically, you know, 3.5, maybe 3 once you get through security. 3 hours at the airport, or 10 hours on the road. So I know he's like, okay, really, Dana? Because you really are saving time. But I'm also saving hundreds of dollars by being on the road for 10 hours also. And I don't have to worry about flights being canceled, flights being changed, things like that. But long story short, flying solo in February, since neither Tom nor Lakeland will have an annual pass at that point. We will get annual passes later next year for them, but that's us cutting our Disney trips just out of principle. Like, I'm pouting. The Mouse Diva is pouting. She is stomping her feet. She's acting like a toddler over some parking fees. But it's the principle of the matter, people. Anyway, please comment below. Let me know your opinions, your theories. And I can tell you, I put so much, I mean, I'm thinking, before I'd heard basically the reason Disney said they were doing this is they were, you know, just jumping on the bandwagon. To be like everybody else because they could. Before I'd heard that reason, I'm thinking, okay, why are they doing this? Like, I am putting deep thought into this. I am thinking, okay, they're adding on to so many resorts. They plan on building more. Maybe they want to cut down on the cars and parking lot because they're taking up parking lot space. So in the future, they're just trying to deter people from driving. I mean, I'm really trying to rationalize this because I told you, I will always try to go on Disney's side. Always. I will always try to rationalize what they're doing and think positively. I want to bring the positive into it. Just little things like that I'm trying to figure out why, until I had heard it was just basically because everybody else is doing it. If you like this kind of vlog, because like I said, I normally don't do vlogs like this. You know what kind of vlogs I do. If you like these discussion type of vlogs, then let me know and I could do more. And I want to hear y'all's opinions and read other people's comments. I want you to comment on those comments. I want this discussion. I want to hear everything. I want to hear, oh my gosh, Dana, my jaw is still on the floor. I totally understand what you're feeling. Or, you know, I even want to hear, Dana, you're acting like a toddler. That is ridiculous. Just go to Disney like you've always been. You can say that, but be nice about it. Okay, I'm done with the rant. I was probably done a long time ago. This is probably already too long. But anyway, I hope you like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll see you at the parks. Oh, by the way, in 36 days.
Yeah. been all